Welcome to a new video. So today we're training shoulders, of course. I did express in the last video how I don't like speaking in the car because I need to focus on the road, because otherwise if I crash then we're not going to train shoulders today and then I'm not going to get any bigger, so obviously it's not optimal. So today I want to change it up a bit. I'm still going to do a voiceover like I did in the video, but I'm going to explain more in depth and I'm going to like have it a bit higher quality, you know what I mean? I'm going to like show the exercise, explain it and stuff like that, instead of just talking about yeah, so we did some shoulders here, and yeah, I did like 3 sets, because I watched my video back and I was like, whoa, that's kind of boring. I haven't edited in fast enough, so the last video was like, you know, a few days ago. I'm thinking of upgrading the bulk because I think I've been eating about 4,000 calories. I'm thinking of upping that to, I'm not sure how much, but we'll see. Maybe 4,500, maybe I'll go back to 5,000. That mini cut kind of helped me a little bit. I lost like 3 kilograms. So what's my aim with shoulders? So shoulders is, if I rank like each day on how hard it is, number one, the hardest day by far is of course leg day. Whoa, who would have guessed? If any day is harder than leg day for you, you're not training legs hard enough. If you enjoy training legs, you're not training legs hard enough. Legs is something different, you know. It's almost like a different, you know, way to train the muscle, just because it's so much harder to train because your legs are used to like walking around the whole time. So I would rank legs number one hardest. Number two hardest is chest, because of bench press. You know, chest is fucking fun. When push comes to shove with bench, it is kind of difficult. I do put a lot of effort into pretty much everything I train. Back would be second hardest if there was deadlift, but most days I don't deadlift, so therefore I'd put it at number 3. Just because during back, you know, I'm training hard. It's basically all hypertrophy, slowing down the movements. It is pretty tiring and stuff like that. The last one, we got shoulders. Now shoulders can be hard. It isn't as tiring, I suppose. The only problem with shoulders is lateral raises.
It was heavy lateral raises, meant heavy laterals, lateral raises, and lateral movement.
Because I do so many of them and because I do them to such complete failure, my shoulders do get pretty sore from that. And then of course I train biceps on my shoulder days as well, which biceps are pretty hard. Just saw some police. I don't know if they'd be very happy of me having my phone out recording and stuff like that. But yeah, I think most of the time I'd say hardest days, when it comes to hardest days, I'd have to say number 1 legs, number 2 chest, 3 back, number 4 shoulders, of course. So today is the easiest day. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. So what I do is I normally just start out with a front delt exercise, that being shoulder press with dumbbells or overhead press. You know, sometimes I like to do overhead press, change it up a bit. Yes, it doesn't stimulate as much. I've heard relax. I know the JPG fans, all the science-based lifting fans, that, you know, they all screaming like, overhead press. Standing isn't as optimal, but it's pretty fun to me at least. And then of course biceps. I have this new bicep exercise with the machine. It is so uncomfortable. It can be a good machine. It's just, I don't know how they designed it. You'll see in the voiceover. I don't know how they designed it. It is designed terribly. When you're doing bicep curls on the eccentric, you're supposed to extend your arms out fully, and on that machine it doesn't allow you to. You get there, your elbows are still bent. Like, what? That just annoys the shit out of me, you know. And it just doesn't feel as good. I'll show you how I do it so that I can try and make it optimal, because there have been some studies coming out saying that during incline dumbbell curl, if you extend your arms out fully, it doesn't have any hypertrophy benefit. So that kind of sucks, because I've been doing incline dumbbell curls for a while now, just because so that I can hit the long head. So you need constant tension. So that's if you use cables, and I don't like using cables because at my gym right now there's no cables that are right next to each other. So I'd rather just do the machine, even though it's so fucking uncomfortable, as you'll see. And of course I just do normal like preacher curls, bicep curls, all that stuff. People love preacher curls. I'm not a big fan, dude. I just prefer standing normal dumbbell curls, to be honest. And then sometimes when I rarely do back and biceps, I will do chin-ups. Actually, if you've seen on my previous back days, I did do chin-ups because that targets some of the back and does the biceps. Some people believe that chin-ups are like the way to go, that they can build the most muscle, I don't know, and you get your biceps huge, because gymnasts have huge biceps. But I don't know, because some people just think like, oh dude, to build a big back, oh, you need pull-ups, dude, stuff like that. And in reality, yes, you can build a big back from pull-ups. The machines are just better just because they're stationary. They're just more optimal. I think the reason some people can build a bigger back with pull-ups and stuff like that, it forces you to train with more intensity. If you do, most people, if they do four sets of 8 on lat pull down, they won't put nearly as much effort as they would on pull-ups, because pull-ups, you don't want to fail as quickly, because lat pull down, you fail, like, okay, just lower the weight. No, pull-ups, if you fail, you die. It's your weight. What are you gonna flip and chop your leg off or something like that? No, you're not. That's why I think people believe pull-ups can be more beneficial than lat pull downs, anything like that. I like to do lat pull downs and pull-ups, just because pull-ups, I want to get strong with pull-ups. I don't like being like so jacked, this huge back, but I can only do like 6 pull-ups per set. No, I don't like. I want to be able to have 2 plates like hanging off my nutsack while I do pull-ups. But yeah, I don't know why we're talking about back when it's a fucking shoulder day today. So yeah, shoulders, we're gonna do some lateral raises. I don't do red delts on my shoulder days, just because they're targeted on your back days mostly. So we just got to the gym now, and looks like there's quite a few people. I gotta hang on to my balls, and I gotta make sure that I keep filming and realize that these people don't care if I'm filming. Some I filmed, I was pretty embarrassed, but it's fucking whatever, dude. It's what. I'll see you guys at good old shoulder press. Starting off, I actually did barbell overhead press, so it was kind of a PR. I've gotten stronger actually with barbell overhead press since doing dumbbells for the longest time. That was pretty good. So this was the first set, still pretty hard, 60 kilograms. Obviously I warmed up, you know, I didn't just go straight to this. The second set, yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard. I did 2 times 8. Then after this, I actually dropped the weight down to about 50 kilograms. Did a few reps of that till I couldn't really. You can see with the reps, I'm pretty much locking out at the top, going all the way down, not doing cheat reps like that. And I'm not really slowing down the eccentric. This isn't really focused on building muscle. This is more like strength, but obviously you will build muscle this way. You want to keep your arms at shoulder width when you're doing these. As you can see, like I like dip my head forward. That's so that I am pushing above my head and not pushing and crunching my back backwards, because then you're kind of actually going to do lower chest and you're gonna probably break your back. Yeah, the goal is basically just to get stronger. No, it isn't gonna. Some people think that it will increase your bench press, and that is just not the case. It's just overhead press strength basically. And of course it can make your delts bigger. You can do it seated. I like to do it standing just because it's a bit unique, so that I'm not seated pressing a barbell like 4 times a week. First bicep exercise is this machine. I move myself forward so that my elbows are behind me. I'm doing this just like I would incline curls, just with the machine, so that there's constant tension when I get to the bottom portion. Now, if you have a better machine, you should be fine with locking your arms out at the bottom, but the problem with this one was that it was just not like that, and I actually struggled to lock my arms at the bottom. Of course, controlling the eccentric, make sure your elbows are the same width apart. What I did to be so forward in the seat was I actually put one of those things that you roll on, you know, if you've got sore muscles. I'll put a picture on the screen here. And what I basically did was I put that behind me, so that kind of gave me a way to be forward into the seat. And then I just leaned back basically like this, so that my elbows are behind my body, and just curled. So yeah, it should be a lot easier if you've got a better machine. Some people, there are some machines that you can be seated like an incline curl, and they have cables basically. Or what you could do would be, if your gym has 2 cables right next to each other, you just put one of those seats that they have in the middle of it, and then curl cables like that. That would be a pretty good exercise, but I didn't have that, and I wanted to try this out anyway. And for this exercise, I probably did like 3 sets. I prefer to work on the long head or the bicep, which is the peak of your bicep first, just because I feel like that's more lacking in my bicep. Then we come back to shoulders. Now I'm doing lateral raises with dumbbells. These are pretty heavy dumbbells, as you can see, 16 kilograms. It is sort of an ego lift. I'm just trying to do the heaviest amount of weight possible. I did 1 set of this till failure, and then another set with the 14s till failure. This is basically just to train the shortened position apparently, and you'll see what happens after this. But basically, cable lateral raises, as you can see, I am doing a light amount of weight, and I'm controlling the weight, and I'm pulling it all the way, like pretty much my hand is above my head. But obviously, focus shouldn't be just to raise your hand. It should be to raise your elbow. And as you can see, that's what I'm doing. Now with lateral raises, I do the 2 sets with the dumbbells for the shortened position, and for the lengthened position, I do cable. I do about 4 sets basically till failure, with some partials at the end. This is what I've been seeing the most progress with, and especially cables, you can get a good contraction because there's tension at the bottom as well. Stops you from swinging the rate around like an idiot. It's basically you just pulling by your side, a little bit in front of you, With the cable, less so. With the dumbbells, it's more. Dumbbells are at your sides, but they're a little bit more in front of you. The elbow is the one that you want to get at the top, not your hand, so that you're not using your traps or something like that. Think about it as one of those machines that you press like this, and you're not pulling with your hands, you're pushing with your elbows up for your lateral delts. Yeah, it gets pretty intense. There's the partials, just driving as much blood flow until you can't really anymore. But when you do a partial, make sure when you do a partial that you get the weight up, but you don't just drop it back down again. Get the weight up, but you control it down. Get the weight up, control it down. Because the eccentric is still important when you're doing the partials. And then of course the next exercise, which is standing dumbbell curls. Standing dumbbell curls are very, very standard, but I mean, they get the job done for me. As you can see, I get them down to my side, I get my hand extended, and I don't do the hammer curl variation thing because I'm trying to train the short head, not the brachialis. I do about 2 sets of this, and I finish off the short head with the next exercise, which you will see now. Of course, controlling the eccentric, keeping your arm out extended fully, that's pretty much the most important thing when you're training the biceps. Make sure the crunch at the top, don't move your elbows forward because you want to keep the load on your biceps, not your front delts. The next exercise to finish off the short head is preacher curl. Now I've talked about it, I didn't really like preacher curl before, but I mean, you know, I do like 2 sets of it. It's been a recent thing, I haven't been doing it for that long. Just been trying it out. I do it on the other side so that it's more of a dip, and you can do this on a bench, you know, and yeah, just going till failure on this, making sure to control it just like the standing dumbbell curls, and yeah, that would finish off the short head of the bicep. Now to train the brachialis, what I do is I do spider hammer curls, because I don't really do spider curls that much, but I like to do them with the hammer curls because then I'm not swinging my body around using momentum. This is just keeping my arms locked in place. I feel pretty good connection to my biceps with this, and I guess it trains the forearms a little bit if you're squeezing hard enough. For this I do about 3 sets, not really till failure, but till I push myself pretty hard. Moving on to the posing, there's some side delt action. You can see they're pretty pumped, pretty round, looks pretty good. Little front double bicep there. Bicep pretty pumped. As you can see, my left arm is a bit smaller than my right arm. I'm working on that. Side tricep, chest looks nice, tricep looks nice, pretty good. Then another front double bicep. Yeah, my left bicep, I need to work on that. That's why I do extra reps for my left arm when I do biceps. Then side chest. Chest is actually, didn't even have a chest bump, but it looked pretty good. Yeah, arms looking big. Another side tricep. Then of course I try to show off my traps here, just to do another pose to show off the delts. So that was a session of shoulders and biceps. I think the next session I should be filming another Road to 140, I think part 3. It'll be chest day, obviously. Dude, I don't know what it is, but fucking, why the fuck is the Black Ops 1 soundtrack so freaking good? I don't understand. They just made, it was for flipping zombies. Like, what the hell? It was a good session. Overhead press was fun. I did 2 times 6, 100 kilograms, and then, what was it, 50 kilograms for a few reps. That was good. Probably a PR on overhead press, and I was pretty proud of myself. Pump was alright. I'm gonna make a YouTube short soon, and then yeah, I could probably edit this whole video and just have it out by tomorrow probably. Even though I just posted a video today. This is a pretty short video, so we could see. I don't know what I titled it. It was a shoulder day. My recent TikToks have been pretty good. I've been getting some views on them. My YouTube, you can't say the same, has been pretty terrible. I've been only getting my recent video before this new one had only like 4 views. I don't really know what it is. My most viewed video was my bench video on how to bench. I don't know what the strategy to get some YouTube subscribers is. Is it to get big on TikTok and move my TikTok followers to my YouTube by advertising my YouTube, or do I just do well on YouTube Shorts and, you know, bring up my videos? I still should keep making videos. I could probably make one tomorrow if I just post this one today, and then if I just keep posting videos, you know, I will get better by the day. My recent video I was pretty proud of. I thought it was good. I just need to make better intros and stuff like that. So I'm benching tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I think I'm gonna mess around with either 105 or 100, see what I'll do, because last time I did 95, that was a lot of reps. So I mean, maybe I should do 105, probably 3 times 6. I don't know about 3 times 6, maybe 2 times 6 sounds reasonable. But yeah, post workout I had one of these protein bars. They're awful, but cheap for protein and stuff like that. It was at the grocery store downstairs from my gym, and they they hadn't stocked them in a while, so I was pretty happy to find that they restocked them. I'm probably the only one who buys them, because other places they cost a lot more, but at that grocery store they are pretty cheap. I'm trying to work Uber Eats so that I get some money before I go to university, but they're not accepting me. They tell me, okay, your account's accepted. You're gonna be activated in 72 hours. 4 days later, no, you can't go online. So they messaged me yesterday saying your account will be activated in 72 hours, but I don't know if that's true. So we'll see. Some people have been making some money off of it. I just, I don't know how to like get a waitering job, and I don't really like talking to people. This is going to be talking to people. You go to their front door, ring the doorbell and be like, here's your food. Enjoy your food. You too. They better not say you too, otherwise I'm gonna have to take a bite. You know what I mean? Dude, all this social media stuff, I have not had time to play video games. I have not played video games in a while. The most I do is I get home from the gym, edit videos and stuff like that, and I scroll on TikTok, because to get a TikTok idea I need to scroll for a while. That's the problem. So TikTok takes up too much time. But yeah, in terms of training, hopefully I did something unique with the training footage. But that's gonna pretty much end the video here. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to whoever's watching to this point, if you're new, which is probably not the case. And I'll see you guys in the next one.